गोटन और डेंटन एक जुल्म सियासतदान जीत सकता है अगर हम रिफॉर्म को रोकने के लिए ग्रीन को वोट ना दे।
मेरा नाम हना स्कंस है, ग्रीन पार्टी की उम्मीदवार हूँ।
दुकानदार, सफाई करने वाले, ड्राइवर्स, माएं, ये हम हैं जो इस इलाके को चलाते हैं। लेकिन सियासतदान हमारे लिए काम नहीं कर रहे हैं। बिल्स बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, किराए हमें घरों से निकाल रहे हैं और हम 2 गुना मेहनत करके भी कम कमा रहे हैं। रिफॉर्म हमारी कम्युनिटीज को तोड़ना चाहती है। वो उन खानदानों को डिपोर्ट करना चाहती हैं जो सालों से यहाँ रह रहे हैं और जो लोग बाहर पैदा हुए उन पर ज्यादा टैक्स लगाना चाहते हैं। वो इस्लामोफोबिया को हवा देते हैं और हमारी हिफाजत और वकार को खतरे में डालते हैं। लेकिन एक और रास्ता भी, मैं ग्रीन एमपी बनने के लिए इसलिए खड़ी हूँ क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि मैं किसकी नुमाइंदगी करती हूँ। मुझे मालूम है मेहनत की रोजी कमाना क्या होता है और ताकत और लालच को जवाब बनाना भी। 26 फरवरी को हमें अपने वोट ग्रीन्स के पीछे मुत्तहिद करने, रिफॉर्म को रोकने का वाहिद रास्ता। मैं अपने तमाम हमसायों के लिए लड़ूंगी, रेंट कैप्स के लिए, कम बिल्स के लिए और सुथरियों के लिए। गोटन और डेंटन हम सब ने मिलकर बनाया है और हम सब का यहाँ हक है।
You what?
What?
What? What was that? What was that? You'd never have guessed. Yeah, I know. That was a Greens, their by-election video. Welcome to the UK. Boom, boom, boom. What the? Ridiculous. Afternoon, Drew. Hope you're well, my friend. I hope you enjoyed my nice little introduction there with the URDU Green Party by-election Gorton and Denton video for the UK. Yes, in URDU. I know. What? Is it nuts? Absolutely nuts. But the Green Party have gone absolute full-on nuts. You wait till you hear what they're doing. You wait. Hey, Bill. Hope you're well today. Living the dream. Yes, I did grab my coffee. Hope you're all grabbing your coffee. Oh, gosh. Yeah, of course. You got to grab your brew. Oh, yeah, I know. YouTube does like to censor people. But that was the Green Party video. Well, I thought it'd just make you laugh because I thought we'll start with that and you'll be like, what's this? But but instead of like, having a by-election video in Urdu, I know, it makes my neck go funny, look. That's what I was like. How you doing, Mr. Waffle? Hope you're well, my friend. Everybody jump in the chat. Get in there and say your hellos. Hello. Yes, it is. That's Hannah Spencer. She's a plumber. What? Even though her husband's rich and she's got loads of money, got a big house and live in a rich area. Oh, all right then. Yeah, you're in touch with people, said no one ever. But yeah, that's who Nick Buggy's up against. Urdu. And it's hitting the fan. We've got something later with Matt Goodwin as well and Reform UK. They could be in trouble. Little bit illegal. So that's coming up. Got a few things about Rupert Lowe, obviously. But I thought we'd start with the Greens Urdu video just to confuse people. So when they come on, they'll be, oh, what's this? Oh, the Wiz. Oh, he sounds like a nice guy. What? I not understand. No, you won't understand because it's Urdu. But that is a British political party video for a by-election. And they've done it in Urdu. Oh, that's all-inclusive and, becoming a part of England and the culture, assimilating, just becoming a part of Britain. Oh, but by the way, you got to do in Urdu because we can't speak your language. We've only been here 10 years. Crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, a nice different different start for you guys. But Green Party, not only have they got that video in Urdu, they're saying illegal migrants will be handed free house, wage, and healthcare under reckless Green Party plans. That's what they're saying. I thought you converted to the dark side there, Wiz. No. I'm not converting. I'm not to be converted. But this is nuts. This is absolute nuts. I saw this and I thought, well, you know, we're not going to be able to get through a live stream without me mentioning this, are we? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Because I know what you lot are thinking. And this is Greens, and they think Greens have got a very good chance, i.e. Greens and Reform UK will be the top two in Gordon Denton. And this is what they're voting for. I know, like, you know, they're going to be basically the Muslim vote, and people need to get out and vote like they have to, because what a state this country's in if Greens, who want to teach your primary school kids how to take drugs safely, not tell them not to take drugs, but show them how to take them safely. I mean, what? And then legalise heroin and crack. Come on, come on, come on. What's going on? It's afternoon for me, Urban Route. It is 1:09. Unless you just got out of bed and you're like, oh, morning. Oh, what? It's afternoon. That happens. But yeah, the Green Party would offer illegal migrants free accommodation and a universal basic income with no requirement to seek work, according to newly surfaced policy documents. I mean, if they'd done that in Spain, Germany, France, people would be going over there, would they not? So, you know what I mean? Oh, he's in Chicago. Hey, Chicago. Chicago. Living the dream. I have no idea, Mr. Waffle. I have no idea. It's I don't get it, and I think it's there must be the Muslim vote. That's all they're doing. But yeah, under proposals backed by leader Zach Plansky, was it Dave Poulden? Those arriving in Britain without authorization would gain immediate access to NHS services and be allowed to work without restriction as part of the party's vision for a world without borders. I mean, have you heard of anything so stupid? Ever? Ever? I mean, let me know what you think in the comments, but oh my word, mate, really? Basically, so the internal papers also set out plans to scrap immigration detention entirely and grant amnesty to migrants whose asylum claims have been rejected. The documents declare that migration is not a criminal offence under any circumstances and outline an approach that would treat new arrivals as citizens in waiting, encouraging them to settle permanently. They're illegal immigrants. The word illegal basically tells you it's criminal, and they're saying migration is not a criminal offence under any circumstances. We can see the problem with the Green Party. We can see the problem. Oh my word. How you doing, Nikki? Good afternoon. Hope you're living the dream. And guys, I just posted a video up. I saw young Bob got assaulted. Young Bob got assaulted by a Muslim. Yeah. So living the dream. I want to come home. No one says that to come back this blooming way. Oh, I might just bin my passport then, sneak back in the country, get a free lifestyle. That's it, mate. That's what you got to do. Come back in the boat. I've got to talk about thingy tonight as well. Don't forget, 7 o'clock tonight, we talk about Shemima Begum. So I've got a poll up and that as everything. We've got to talk about whether she's the ISIS bride is coming back or not. How you doing, Capricorn? Hope you're well. Living the dream. Living the dream. But imagine migration not being not a criminal offence under any circumstance. What, you can just go anywhere anyhow? Try that with China and Russia. Like, what? Migrant family, it does get worse, ladies and gents. It does get worse. And if you just joined us, this is the Greens. This is Zach Plansky, aka David Poulden. We just played the video of Hannah Spencer in it for the Green Party in URDU, so you haven't got a clue what they're on about, but there's a few words you can pick up, like Islamophobic. So they're giving all that, oh yeah, we're going to do this for you, Muslim vote, Muslim vote, Muslim vote, in the UK, okay. I know. Yeah, well, I know. I say living the dream. I said living the nightmare. Living the nightmare. Oh, my word. It's crazy. I've got to be careful I don't give myself another heart attack on this one, because I've heard some stupid stuff, but this is going to get even worse. And this is what the Green Party stands for and want to stand for and eventually will stand for. And if they get in at Gorton and Denton after doing an URDU video, like, what's going on? Migrant families would be provided with exclusive use of a house or flat while single men would be allocated their own rooms in shared properties. Those identifying as LGBT would receive separate accommodation for safeguarding reasons. I mean, wow, they're literally living the dream if they come to this country. Don't worry about you paying tax. That's what you're paying for. The proposals say these entitlements would remain in place even if their case is rejected. So how does that work? With no deportation for those who have exhausted appeal rights. So they appeal. You can't stay in this country. You've lost your appeal, but don't worry, you can stay. There's no point appealing then, is there? Border force officers would be instructed to adopt a neutral approach during interviews, accepting applicants' accounts in the absence of contrary evidence. So basically, get rid of all your documentations, come into this country, make up a story, and they have to have a neutral approach, so they'll agree. They go, okay, we believe you. You look 40, but okay, you're 19. Do you know what I mean? I want to join the greenie weenies. Yeah, blimey heck. This is ridiculous. But what's the point? Even if their case is rejected, they'd remain. And no deportations for those who have exhausted their appeal rights. So there's no point appealing. You're not going to get removed. Got to help the resident of Denton and Gordon. Green's getting. I know. How bad is that though? How bad is that? I'm doing the live Thursday night at 9:30 for the live Gordon and Denton results. It should be interesting, but it will show what sort of state we're in as a country. So join us for that. I mean, blimey, Greens win that. You're going to be need to watch live because I'll be going crazy if the Greens won. You're better off having Labour, and that's saying something. But you got Reform, and see the thing is, Nick Buckley with Advance UK. I don't think he's well known enough, and that really sucks because I think he's absolutely exactly what Gaunt and Denton need. But they aren't even trying to hide it, are they? No, they're not, mate. No, they are not. The Greens aren't even environmental anymore. They are just for Islam, drugs, and trafficking. That basically sums it up. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know what Dean Paulden is on about. Oh, sorry, Zach Polanski. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I don't get it. I don't get it. Imagine that, though. You just come in the country and that's it. You can stay. Have a house. Yeah, cool. Oh, you need a wage. Here you go. Universal credit. Right, have a wage. It's going to make it even worse. It will make it worse. How many people are going to come flying to this country knowing that once they're here, they will never, ever return anywhere? They will not be deported. Even if their asylum claim is refused, they won't get deported. So what's the point of that? Makes no sense. I think people could be surprised in this by-election, but we shall see. I just hope there are enough honest tellers at the count. Yes, Helen, yes. To be honest, I don't think any of these parties do anything for the community apart from Nick. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I know I'm Advanced UK member, whatever, but even looking at it from the outside, like everything that Nick Buckley's done, the fact he's an MBE and he's got proof in the pudding and whatever, and there's photos from him like 10 years ago doing stuff, it puts him in the best possible position to actually win and make a difference in Gorton Denton. And then we got Greens having an URDU video, and now they're coming up with this that we're going through now. That, I mean, you must be like listening to me talk going, are you making this up? That's why I've got to put it up on screen, because people think I'm making it up. Do you know what I mean? The face that not even a mother could love. I'm assuming like you were looking at this dodgy face and not mine. But either works, mate. Either works. I was adopted, so it's probably true for me. I looked at me and went, oh! I think when I was born, my mum was like, "Oh, thought I had a poo, mate. Thought I had a poo. Is that actually a baby?" Oh, okay. But fines for airlines and ferry operators carrying undocumented passengers would be also abolished. So you can, I don't know, airlines. How does that work? You need a passport. The revelations come as a fresh national poll places the Greens second in voting intention, intensifying scrutiny of their platform. Reform UK Home Affairs spokesman Z Yusuf commented the plans as reckless and dangerous. I'm going to have to agree with Z Yusuf on that one, I'm afraid. Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy. I'm more for Rupert Lowe. I'm liking his policies more. He's got. We'll talk about Rupert Lowe in a minute and some dodgy stuff. But yeah, I mean, for what Rupert Lowe and Restore Britain stand for, I completely understand that. I get that. Ben, he's even said like Rupert has taken all the stuff from Bloomin' and Labour. Looks like they're taking a few things from Advance UK, but yeah, it's a mugshot, isn't it? He is a mug. He's treating us like we're mugs. How you doing, Michelangelo? Greens won't have borders at all. Exactly. How dangerous is that, though? They will probably pay lorry drivers $1,000 a migrant. Yeah, bring them in, innit? They probably will, mate, yeah. But this is actually crazy. I mean, but Zia Yusuf saying it's reckless and dangerous. I mean, that's an understatement, isn't it? Under the Greens' open borders plans, not only is every hoodlum and criminal welcome to our shores, but entitled to free housing, healthcare, and anything else they might fancy. I think he's got it spot on there, Zia Yusuf. So, see, it's these sort of photos. Look at the bloke on the left. You can't see my cursor, can you? Oh yeah, you can see my cursor. Look, see my cursor, like on that bloke's head. Can you see it on the left? It's just I'm going round on his head there. Look at him. He's got his hand up as if he's going like money, give me the money. So let's keep it right. So we've got male, 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 male. Male, 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 male. How many times should I say woman or child? Oh yeah, 0. I mean, this is my point with these photos. Look at this. Look at this. This is absolutely nuts. Let's zoom in. Look, they're all men. They are. Every single one is a man. But look at the geezer on the left. Look at that. Like, see me cursor again. Look on it. Look, I'll put it on his legs there, down there. Look, you can see my leg. This geezer, he's got his hand up, literally like this. I'm coming for your money. I'm coming for your benefits. I want the NHS and I'm going to get a free housing. I made it look like I'm a 35, but I shall say I'm a 16. I don't think he's going to talk in an Italian accent. Well, that's nuts. That is nuts. And that's basically my point. Like I've said before, didn't I? I said, like, I don't know how many photos I've seen, but I just don't see the women or children. It's crazy. The US is having an issue with ID Democrats want illegals to vote. Why would you want illegals to vote, though, Rob? Do you know what I mean? Oh, welcome to the country. Do you want to vote? For what? You know nothing about this country. Remember that polls are easy to manipulate to reflect the party they support better. Yes, they are. That's the thing with them, innit? You're right there, Helen. We basically already have open borders. Yeah, we do, Drew, don't we? It's a sausage party. Would you like a sausage or salami? Barubba. Be right back. Okay, Capricorn. Over 400 have already turned up today. Likely we will be around 1,000 today. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. That's crazy. It's a referendum. It's going to be a whitewash Restore Britain. No, it's going to be reform. Next one's all reform. Next one's all reform. But the one after that might be Restore. Come on, stop assuming their genders. Vote green. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, look. So, like, let's have another look. Come on, let's. I've got to be honest, haven't I? Like, penguin, elephant, aeroplane, bus. I don't know. He identifies as the Bible. It's this one here at the very front. It's a big floaty object full of hot air. I think it identifies as a dinghy. But yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, it's Mr. Yusuf added, my only surprise is Zach Polanski isn't promising to furnish them all with free heroin and crack cocaine when he wants to which he wants to legalise. The Greens' policies are not only financially reckless, but also dangerous. They are beyond dangerous. The boat's 100% full of males. Exactly. And I keep saying, like, bloomin', Got a funny throat this morning, so I definitely need me brew. But get in the comments, ladies and gents. Tell me if you saw a woman in that dinghy or a child. I want to know. I want to know. Did you see that woman? No, didn't, mate. It's all boats. All men. But yeah, I know I'm in a funny mood today as well. Strange, isn't it? But it's because this is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. But his remarks follow reports last week detailing the party's proposal to decriminalise drugs, including heroin and crack cocaine, which the Greens argue enhance human relationships and human creativity. Really? You're going to give it school kids next? Take some heroin and crack cocaine when you go to school because it's going to enhance human relationships and enhance human creativity. Have you ever heard of anything more stupid than that? I mean, that is like beyond like the scope of like that's on the moon, isn't it? Or even further, that could be on Jupiter. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. Reacting to the internal documents, a Labour source said the British public rightly expect our country to have immigration controls that are fair and properly enforced, not the open borders plan that the Greens are proposing. A recent Find Out Now poll of 3,029 respondents put the Greens on 18% nationally, behind Reform on 25%, but ahead of Labour on 16%. That's worrying, isn't it? The fact that they're even there on 18%. Like the Greens, are you not listening to what the Greens are doing? Other than this URDU video and wanting legalised drugs, and other than all the immigrants coming in, not a problem, open borders, let's do this. Like, what on earth are people attracted to the Greens for? I mean, this is ridiculous. And like you said earlier, Nikki, is it Nikki or Helen or someone said like the Greens? I thought the whole idea was for green energy. That was the whole idea of the party, not free drugs. And primary school kids taught how to take drugs safely. No, primary school kids told, do not go near drugs. Do not take drugs. You don't need to know how to take them safely. A source from within Mr. Polanski's party said the proposals differ from the party's fully costed 2024 manifesto, but admitted they remain a long-standing policy and aim. I mean, no, a spokesman for the Green Party has said, we're proud of this policy, voted on and decided by our members. However much the Daily Mail tries to spin it. You don't need to spin it. It's absolutely nuts. Come on, ladies and gents, get in those comments and tell me how absolutely stupid this is. And we know it's popular as well. It's not popular, is it? They're literally, so they want to vote for all this illegal stuff because they know full well those coming in are, like 99.9% of them are Muslim. So it's all about the Muslim vote. Look, we're letting you all in. Come in. Yay. Crazy. We know it's popular as well. No, it's not. Green policy regularly comes out as the most popular in polls, and it's also going down well in Gorton and Denton, where Greens are now neck and neck with Reform to win what used to be one of Labour's safest seats in the country. If that's the case, you need to get out there and vote Reform because you cannot have Green. No Green. No, don't think so. What on earth is going on this planet, ladies and gentlemen? Help me. What is going on? Urban Roots, you guys need a good deterrent. You'd think, wouldn't you? But no, we got Greens going, come on in. You can have a house, you can have money. You will not be deported under any situation. So come on in. Just tell us anything you like about yourself. We believe you. That's crazy. That's dangerous. One was Prime Minister. I'll take up El Salvador's offer and give them the choice: self-deport or go to CCOT in El Salvador. Sounds like a TV series, doesn't it? El Salvador. Geez, only a crackhead would vote for that. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I know it's Andrew. I'm reading it out thinking, oh, really? Because we need a boat 100% full of Latina babes. Hopefully we stop Britain will make boats of that kind of reality in the near future. One way of getting the votes, isn't it? Bring the boats in, it's just all full of Latina babes. Chirac has got idea. Get hold of the Greens and say, no, this is what we're doing. We're bringing in all the women. The only thing it will enhance is the drug dealers. Yes. Drug dealers' pockets. Yes, it will. It's crazy. I don't get it. I mean, Zach Polanski and the Green Party got like investments in heroin and crack cocaine or something. I mean, How is that ever going to be a good thing? And how is teaching primary school kids how to take drugs safely? How is that a good idea? Do drug awareness courses or whatever at a certain age, but to be taught safely how to take them implies that they're going to have plans to take them. Do you know what I mean? And they'll be all taught that, so there'll be more people on drugs. Drew, it's pretty tempting. Hey, Charlie from the chemist. Yep, it's definitely, I think that, Reg. They're definitely going for that. Definitely. Nick. So good they named him twice. Nick. Open doors or deport all? How about closed doors, deport all? Scary thing is these policies will appeal to the lot of loonies. Yeah, because they're going too far and let's be politically correct. Isn't it? They all want to be politically correct. Oh, we've got to be nice. We've got to be lovely. Do you know what I mean? If they love Muslims so much, why don't they do that and move to a Muslim country? But that's what they're coming here from. And then that makes no sense. Hit the like for Wiz and boats for the Latinas. yes, hit the like. Don't forget to subscribe. If you can comment, I think, if you've been a member for 1 minute or longer. So subscribe, give it 60 seconds, jump in the chat and tell me what you think about this absolute lunacy. So, and I know people think like I'm on the fence with Restore Britain and Rupert Lowe, but I've actually got the report up to like go through. So it's not me making it up. These are the reports. So I'm going through it. I'm not just like here stirring it. I'm just saying this is in the news. So this is what we're going to talk about because, you know, that's what we do. So maybe a green victory would be a good thing. Open people's eyes before the general election. That might be the case, Phil. I mean, it's going to be a shock, but Paul Gauntlet and Denton residents, kids are going to be taught how to take drugs safely. They're going to legalise heroin and crack. You're like, what? I mean, America done it in parts and then they actually rescinded it thinking this ain't going well. It didn't go well. It did not go well at all. So what can I say, ladies and gents? What can I say other than, oh my blooming God. Proof that Labour Party didn't do a very good job in the area since it's such a mess with drugs and crime. Yep, that's true, Nelly. Labour are full of empty promises, weren't they? God, that picture, whatever that is behind Rupert Lowe's head, that's making my eyes go funny. Is it making your eyes go funny? Oh. Good idea. Send them all to seek out illegal Muslims in the UK. They knew they had to go down there. They wouldn't want to come. No consequences. That's it, Robert. I mean, they make it too attractive. And people say, oh, there's no incentive for them to even come here. Yeah, there is. The Muslim bloc vote, if not stopped, England will be a Muslim state and renamed. Yep, Englandistan. They'll have to dish out clean needles in preschool. You're not wrong there, Rusty Nuts. It's scary, though, isn't it? Like, we joke about it, but it's scary. Not really feel it's becoming a third world town. Brits will leave it. They can, if they can, or be forced out. Yeah. I'll say Birmingham is in a worse state, but so many native locals are oblivious. I don't get it. Yep. I think, are they still up in arms with, because the Birmingham was bankrupt, the council's out, and they still no money, like the bins and that. Is that situation still ongoing? Because it was in the news, it's huge news, and apparently it's still going on, but it's not in the news. That's strange, isn't it? That's strange, ladies and gents. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. You know you want to. You know you want to. Oh, did I not put my I didn't put my link at the top. Look, I was supposed to put me not that anyone uses it, geez, but I've got me instead of super chats, you can do that Ko-fi thing, but I forgot. I'm gonna have to post. I'm gonna post. I'll try and do it beforehand so no one sees it. I'm just gonna have to post it in there so then I can then pin it to the top, guys. So there you go, pinned it to the top. Yep. I'll try and do it before because I don't want to put it in there like while you're a lot of talking because it's like, oh look, Wiz trying to sell us something, trying to make us like do whatever. So I'll try and do it before the stream even starts. But I was literally just about to say, don't forget this. If you want to get my attention on something, there's super chats. You got buy me a potion Ko-fi at the top, and it wasn't there. It wasn't there. I completely forgot to pin it up there. My bad. So yeah. And you always become a member. We've got the Wizard, Silver Wizard, and Golden Wizard. The Wizard is $1.99. Silver Wizard, I believe, is $3.99, and Golden Wizard is $7.99. And yes, we do have some Gold Wizard members. Yes, we do. Yes. But yes, it's I can't believe the Greens are even allowed to be a party with some of the stuff they come out. I'm the same as you, though, Phil. I don't get it. The Greens want to purposely destroy society by legalizing drugs. Muslims won't go near it. That's the thing, isn't it? They know that as well. So yeah, it's like a way of destroying us, and then they can just take over. Like, what is the Green Party doing? Birmingham has literally become a tip. Yeah, I mean, I assume the bags are still all out there doing whatever, and there's no one there doing anything. Absolutely shocking. Goes to show that mismanagement of certain areas. But then Birmingham, being that it's under some Muslim people and that, they've had a lot of claims of fraud, haven't they? And people taking money and whatever. It's crazy. You get in power, and then they work out how to make themselves rich, not actually sort out the country or the area they're in. My recycle bin is out on the verge for 15 months now, waiting to be emptied. Wow, 15 months. Holy moly. Holy moly. Holy moly. Holy moly. So if we go on all that time, it absolutely went nuts on the news. And then all of a sudden, here we are 15 months later, still in the same position, but no one's saying a word. Wow. It's like all of a sudden people just don't care about Birmingham or what? Ratistan or Birmingham. Yeah, Michelangelo. See, look, he's not painting today, Michelangelo. He's actually creating some words. Ratistan or Birmingham. That's good. I admire that. That was good. Yes, bins are still not being collected in... Oh, my word. I don't know about you, Nikki, but that's just bad. That is bad. Miles and miles of homeless people. Washington and Oregon legalized drugs. That's what that is. Yeah, Robert, it's just miles and miles of homeless people. I mean, blimey. It's not going to end well, is it? Just take drugs and sit there getting high in your own little brain. Birmingham. Yeah, I know. It made me chuckle as well, Nelly. Couldn't resist, Nelly. Import height. You get height. Yep. Basically. Yep. Don't be fooled that the Muslims don't like drugs. They are the dealers in many areas. Yeah. That's it, mate. I was watching live an hour ago, all the migrants being abused in Ramsgate. They even had cops on the coach with them. Wow. That's shocking. Absolutely shocking. There seems to be a fascination, doesn't there, of like abusing and graping and grooming and like what is going on in people's lives? What is going on in people's lives? MP loses bid to block Parliament watchdog probe. Yep. Here it is, ladies and gents. Rupert Lowe was obviously the MP in question, but he basically tried to block Parliament because he's trying to be like what's his name? Keir Starmer. He is literally Teflon. He's literally trying to make sure nothing sticks. Nicky, did you realise the Restore is a limited company? Totally owned by Rupert Lowe. Yes, it has one share and it's owned by Rupert Lowe. Same as Farage and Reborn. So there will be no political members unless it's democratised, just subscribers. Yeah, they actually said, I think, did I say yesterday, is it Connor Thompson? Or was it Charlie Downs? Or might have been both saying that he wants to run it like a dictatorship, which is the same as Farage, which is worrying. Sexy ad. Well, they even go on Albino now to Ramsgate. Yep, they fear the buses will get attacked. Not abuse. Bust. Oh, bust. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Yes. Getting bust. And they got cops on. Yes, right. Okay, my bad, Dream. Yep. I thought you were doing code without the A. My bad. I thought too hard about it, didn't I? What a bloke Rupert Lowe is after all the hate he's received from the cult of Advance. No, you want to see what Restore be saying about Restore Britain people be saying about Advance. It's around the wrong way there. Rupert Lowe stays humble. No, not really. Kind and completely unfazed. Oh, you're going to be in a shock when it comes out what he's really like and his ego. What a great Prime Minister leader he's going to be. No. Yeah, like I said before, he can't run a football club. He can't run a country. Yeah, on AY's was it had me. So yeah, AY's audits. I saw that this morning, or some of it. Reform shares are split between Niger and Mohammed Yusuf. Restore is worse. Yeah, because it's just the one, isn't it? But basically, Rupert Lowe lost his bid to temporarily block the parliamentary watchdog from investigating a complaint against him. A complaint his lawyers have warned could end his career. So there you go. A complaint that could end his career. The funny thing is, like, you know, that's what I put in the thing, like, Rupert Lowe loses Parliament probe. I mean, what right has anyone got to turn around and say, "What? There's a complaint against me, right? I am making a move to temporarily block that." Like, who does that? That's like the police say arrest you for stealing. You've got something in your hand, and you're like, "No, do you know what? I'm going to take you to court and block it." Like, well, no, it makes no sense. But they got to be careful because, like I say, it could end his career. So that's probably why. And Rupert Lowe obviously understands how important and how serious this is. But Rupert Lowe, the independent MP for Great Yarmouth, is taking legal action against the Independent Complaints and Grievance Scheme, the ICGS, which investigates reports of inappropriate behaviour by MPs. It is investigating a complaint understood to have been made about Lowe last July by a third party who cannot be identified. So I believe this is different to the two females that made allegations of bullying and harassing and whatever. Was it harassment or was this bullying and belittling type stuff? I think. Be careful what I say. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But there's two women as well, and that was in March, I think, and that's what the one when they said about Zia Yusuf, and he actually threatened physical violence against Zia Yusuf, but that got dropped, which I know about. So Lowe wants the High Court to put an end to the investigation, and earlier this month he applied for an interim injunction to temporarily stop it, pending a hearing into the wider claim next month. Wow, isn't that what a guilty person would do? Come on, Rupert. I mean, that's what I was thinking. I mean, who are we to say? We could speculate, but it seems a bit strange because if you've got nothing to hide, you'll be like, yeah, do whatever. Do it. Just, I'm innocent. Yeah. So, and that's why they always say actions speak louder than words, because you can keep your mouth shut, but by your actions, you have guilty actions. So, in written submissions, Christopher Newman, representing Lowe, said the substantive claim to judicial review alleges procedural unfairness in the process of ICGS, as well as perversity and illegality. They're scraping the barrel there, aren't they, to try and get... He warned the scope for unjust harm arising from adjudicative process. I've got big words today, ladies and gents. In this case, one which has the potential to end the career of a member of parliament being affected by bias is very significant. But there is no bias, is there? So we all know what hope not hate do to people. Pay people to lie. So that's probably BS. The Royals make their staff sign NDA so they can't talk about what happens behind closed doors. Yeah, that's what they do. Let's see the book, not the cover. Yeah, we're going for the whole thing. Let's see. True. I forgot about Yusuf. Rupert Lowe will soon deport Yusuf. That's one problem solved and gone. No, I don't think. You know, considering Yusuf he talks on GB News, he's very. He talks in a way that you would not assume that he's a Muslim, doesn't he? And he's like really up for like the Christianity side of things, which is impressive considering he's a reform. Which, because I didn't even realise. I actually thought he was Christian originally, being on GB News. But it's very soon. The ICGS opposed the injunction bid and is defending the wider legal challenge, arguing that the court has no jurisdiction over the matter and that it would interfere with parliamentary privilege. They're scraping the barrel to defend Rupert Lowe here, basically. Mr. Justice Chamberlain dismissed the bid for an interim injunction, saying there was a strong public interest for the case to continue. Newman argued that while Lowe was becoming a major force, arguably in politics, temporarily blocking the ICGS from investigating the complaint would not harm the watchdog. Sarah Hannett, KC, for the ICGS, said that Lowe, who earlier this month announced the launch of a new political party called Restore Britain, was subject to rules and procedures setting out standards of behaviour for members of the House of Commons, which is fair enough. She said it meant Lowe was answerable to the House about the allegations and that it was not the constitutional role of the court to supervise or interfere with it. A separate hearing on whether the court has jurisdiction to deal with the wider legal challenge is scheduled for the 17th of March. They're basically going to keep scraping it out, aren't they? So it's like every court case, it goes on for so long. In his ruling on Tuesday, Mr. Justice Chamberlain said the risk of harm to Lowe if the temporary block was not granted had been overstated. He also said it seems very unlikely that the ICGS would make any public findings related to its investigation before the March hearing. You're not going to start like pumping out all information when the court case hasn't happened. This public interest in the continued operation of the complaints process would be a weighty one in any case, and would be especially so if the claimant is, as Mr. Newman says, become a major political force. The ICGS is responsible for investigating complaints relating to bullying, harassment and sexual misconduct within Parliament. Lowe was elected as a Reform UK MP in 2024, but was suspended by the party in March last year, and we claimed he had threatened then party chairman Zia Yusuf. They have been dropped, those charges, just so you know. Well, you probably know, but he denied the allegations, and the Crown Prosecution Service said no criminal charges would be brought against him in relation to alleged threats towards Yusuf. That's it. So the other ones are still possibly on the go. But it gives you an understanding, like, you know, they always seem to fight it, don't they? Like, oh, I'm going to get done for that, so I'm going to fight it, and then that'll make out I'm innocent. Are you... If better still out, Andrew Bridgen had permission to publicly state the two women didn't complain about him. It was another male member of his staff. One woman was Bridgen's former PA. Yeah, well, it's the I can't remember her name now, Jacqueline something KC. She's investigated the two women, and that's, I think, the bit where they said there is actually a case to answer after initial investigations. And I think there's two KC type people investigating that one. So yeah, there's two women, and I wouldn't surprise it a man, because I got in the office he's probably quite nasty. I reckon he's a bully. I'm a nationalist and you're brainwashed ultra lefty. Oh, but credible harassment claims against MP Lowe reports fines. So a lawyer investigating Reform. This is the one that I was saying, actually. So I thought I'd lead into it. You've done well. A lawyer investigating former Reform UK Rupert Lowe has found credible evidence he and his staff mistreated two female team members in ways that seem to amount to harassment. Jacqueline Perry, that was her name, KC, employed by Reform to investigate any complaints were raised in February, found evidence of victimisation, constant criticism and discriminatory behaviour. Parliamentary officials have launched a separate bullying probe into Lowe. Meanwhile, the Met Police is investigating Lowe after Reform accused him of threatening physical violence against the party's chairman, which we know was dropped. So it's basically credible from the Jacqueline Perry case. Actually, is credible. So I mean, I don't need to go too much into it, because obviously whatever's going on with the court now and everything, but it goes to show there's no smoke without fire. So it just proves that behind the scenes, obviously Rupert Lowe is doing or saying something, because it's rubbing people up the wrong way, and there's actual evidence. They're saying there's credible evidence. So Ms. Perry said complaints were made directly in respect of the conduct of Mr. Lowe, and Ms. Perry found there is a veracity in complaints from both women, which amounts to credible evidence. And Ms. Perry said Lowe also failed to address the alleged toxic conduct of male colleagues in the office and refused to act on complaints. One of the complainants claimed she was met with hostility and disdain from Lowe when she raised concerns, the report said. At the very least, Mr. Lowe should have taken seriously the distress and concerns. I don't know why I was wearing those all that time. Lowe had a duty and responsibility to ensure systems were in place to avoid junior members of staff being treated in any unfair and discriminatory way. Concluding her report, Ms. Perry said there was a real risk that the alleged treatment could be a breach of the Equality Act. Ms. Perry said her role was not to determine any criminality, but to assess the veracity of the bullying and harassment allegations against Lowe and his staff, determine any legal implications, and recommend measures to prevent future incidents. She recommended reform should be quite strict about ensuring party members were fully acquainted with parliamentary rules on bullying and discrimination law. Lowe previously claimed that Ms. Perry contacted him to say she found no credible evidence against him, leading to the KC to contact the BBC to rebut his claims. But he's also said something else, which he said, no, I never said that. And there's actually video evidence of Rupert Lowe saying it. So he's basically, he's going to make out like it's this and everything else, lies, blah, blah, blah. He's going to do that. But the funny thing is, in Rupert Lowe, he actually said he never said an anti-Semitic joke or anything anti-Semitic. He said, I didn't say it, blah, blah, blah. And then they turned around and said, but it's actually on video. They actually have it on video. So there he was, denying it like politicians do, talking out of his backside, saying, no, I never said anything. And it's on video. It literally says, like, you know, MP Rupert Lowe recorded making an anti-Semitic joke in Parliament. So he's recorded, but he's going, I don't remember saying that. I didn't say that. So what can I say? I don't really know what you can say about that. Like, you know, it shows he's got form. It shows he's got form. Half Italian. Oh, you're actually half Italian. I was trying to talk Italian earlier. See, that's the thing. No one should be deported who's willing to accept British life, British culture, British people, working, paying taxes, doing that. I ain't got an issue. Not an issue. Just crack on, do it. I think it's good because I like to learn about other people and cultures. Like, say, you said to me you're Italian or whatever, I'll be like, oh, do you know what I mean? Let's talk about that. How cool's that? Do you know what I mean? Because you may have different beliefs. You might be Catholic, you might be Christian, who knows? And then you get to talk about food, get to talk about politics, how the country is, and you get to understand a country free of charge because you're just having a chat. And I like all that. I like all the culture stuff. So, you know, maybe I'm different, but so there we go. But yeah, but yeah, all that was all reported by the BBC, etc. as well. So it's all good. Well, we all know the BBC, but obviously there's loads of different reports on it. I just chose that one because, you know, it's simple. I could zoom and read it. But, you know, Rupert Lowe fans go, oh, no, that's all made up. Like, no, it's in mainstream media. So whatever you want to say, tough. It exists. And there's no smoke without fire. And you know he's got an ego problem. So Rupert Lowe's definitely going to, like, do something. But aides to the former Reform UK representative who lost the whip after a public row with party leadership are heard asking the camera operator to not to include the remark in the final edit. But then he's refusing that he said it. This is a funny thing that Rupert Lowe, the independent MP for Great Yarmouth, has been caught on camera making an anti-Semitic joke in a leaked recording, and it was first released by The Guardian. But this isn't on the Guardian website. This is the Jewish Times. I can't remember now. Jewish Chronicle, sorry. But Lowe, who lost the reform whip after a public pulling out the party leadership, reportedly made the remark during a meeting in Parliament earlier this year, and that was May last year, I believe it was reported. Yes, May last year. It all comes back to bite you on the bum, doesn't it? In the recording, he could be heard commenting on the size of the camera his interviewer had set up, saying, "In days gone by, you would call it a Jewish camera. But that would be politically incorrect because it's so small." The comment prompted a burst of laughter in the room, including from Lowe himself. An aide can then be heard saying to the interviewer, "It's rolling, is it now, kid? Don't include that." Another joke that if the comment were included, it would mean career over for Lowe, who agreed a career over in a second. In response to the release of the footage, Lowe told The Guardian, "I don't recall saying that, but if it was said, it was clearly a joke, as anybody reading it can understand." Anti-Semitism, oh, it's a joke, mate. It's like, oh, you're being racist. Yeah, but it's a joke. It's a joke. All right, it's a joke. It's a joke. Do you know what I mean? And it makes you laugh. I don't recall saying that, but if it was said, I mean, he knows he said it. Like, I don't recall saying that. It's on camera, Rupert. Oh, dear. See what's going on. I'll ignore the thingies in chat. All be nice in the chat. Come on. We're getting along. We're part of the whiz fam here. So. Blonde jokes. My wife's blonde. But yeah, but back in the day, you used to be able to tell a joke and it was fine. I mean, you wouldn't say anything that was racist or anti-Semitic, but you'd have jokes like that the man's the brunt of the joke or the woman's the brunt of the joke. Of course you would. But no, we actually had a sense of humour back then, like Roy Chubby Brown, innit? There's loads of people back in the day that, like, literally it was funny. But now everyone's like, oh, now I'm getting butter. Just don't do racist jokes. I mean, they don't serve a purpose. And like what he's saying, like anti-Semitic, like why would you even bother saying that? What's going on in his head to say that? But the worst thing is, and my point is saying, I don't recall saying that. But if it was said, he knows he said it, and he's basically said, don't recall saying it, as if like backing out of it, it never happened. That's what he's trying to get at. But there's actually footage of him saying it. He's actually caught on camera. So. Urban roots. No, illegal is illegal no matter how well you'll assimilate. Exactly. So, no, isn't it? You got people that genuinely probably need asylum, and there's certain cases. I get that. But this coming over in a dinghy and just getting your own apartment in your own bloody hotel, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't know what you mean, Mo. 100% okay with that. With what? I'm okay with it. Are you okay with it? What was said? I click on things, so not allowing jokes is crazy. Exactly. As long as they're not like racist or anti-Semitic. I mean, make a joke about me and my beard and my hair and that. I'll be like, oh, that's very funny. Well done. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, strange. But thing is, though, you got to remember also being an MP or whether you're an independent or not, you got to watch what you say, haven't you? You got to think, because like when I'm doing these lives, sometimes I've got to like think like what I'm saying. I think even Paul Thorpe said something once in the live, and he said, "No, you misunderstood what I said." And he had to do a video explaining it. That's what it's like when you're live, and that's what it's probably like being a politician. You got to be a little bit careful of what you say, but you know. He was condemned by the Board of Deputies, which says in a statement, "This is a bizarre and outdated anti-Semitic language which has no place in our politics. Mr. Lowe should apologise for the offence this remark has caused." And he didn't apologise, by the way. It was, again, his ego got in the way, I'm assuming. It comes after Lowe, once tipped as a successor to Nigel Farage, was suspended from Reform UK, blah, blah. We read about that, didn't we? And we know about that. We know he's accused. But the claims emerged after a public falling out between Lowe and France, particularly over whether Tommy Robinson, the jailed former leader of the far-right English Defence League, should be welcome in the party. So they keep throwing former leader of the English Defence League. As soon as that got to the inkling of being racist, Tommy Robinson left. Couldn't have left quick enough. But they got to keep throwing that in to try and dirty his name straight away. And they used to like always say, oh, Stephen Yaxley Lennon, aka Tommy Robinson, to try and make out like, oh, he uses a different name. Ooh. They do any underhand tactics. They also claim that Farage turned against him after billionaire ex-owner Musk said that the latter doesn't have what it takes to lead reform and appeared to endorse the idea of Lowe replacing him. I bet Farage didn't like that. Crown prosecutors announced last week that it would not be advancing charges against over the alleged threats. So there you go, ladies. It basically, well, there's something about him. That's why I'm saying he doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with me. The man does not sit right with me. Over time, you know, he might prove himself. But happy days. I'm all up for that. Like I'll always say, I'm on the fence with regards to Restore Britain and Rupert Lowe. But I mean, I saw that, so I thought we'd talk about it and see what you say. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to say like Rupert Lowe is a bad egg. He's not. I mean, we all say something that we think, oh, poo, shouldn't have said that. But it's just worth bringing up because it shows his personality, his character, who he is. And I think it's worrying that people like those two women have said whatever about bullying and harassment, and then they've got this other court case going on. He's trying to like worm his way out of it and get it blocked. See, there's no smoke without fire at all. So if you're coming illegally, you should be sent back regardless of how nice a person you are. Yep, definitely. Being illegal basically tells you you're illegal. That's criminal, so you can't. And they get, like the Grievance saying, oh, they come over on aeroplanes. Like, you need a passport. You need a passport. So book a flight. Make sure you got your passport. Come into this country, walk through, and then lob your passport and go to the Home Office and say, hello, I've just come on aeroplane. I've just lost my passport. Sorry about that. Do you know what I mean? But my name's Bernard, and I've come for the free NHS, free house, and free money, so I don't have to work ever again. Thank you, UK taxpayers. It's crazy, isn't it? So good against British white, there'll be no problem. Yeah, I think it's a bit. I mean, me personally, like, you know, understanding that Jesus is a Jew, like I said before, I don't say anything bad ever about Jews. I'm not going to, because when I die for the second time, it might be the last time, and Jesus and I might have a good old chit chat, and he'll be saying, do you know what? You never said anything about my people. Thanks for that. That might, you know, give me a little a thumbs up, a little tick in the right box. I mean, all my bad stuff in life, and then I tick. There's an Englishman, Irishman, and Scotsman. Oops, that's racist now. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, they were. I mean, I don't get it. Like, we used to have good old jokes about that. So, oh, Dave Allen, that's it, Scatty Sue. We used to have jokes about Irish, Scottish, Welsh. Yeah, Dave Allen, he was funny. It was like Roy Chubby Brown was a bit like, ooh. Alf Garnett, he's a Tottenham fan in real life, but West Ham in that. So yeah. Oh, you're saying hello. 6 and stones will break my bones. Yeah. I don't know, Drew, I see a joke. You got a joke there. You know, what religion believes in science? I'm not putting up, you know, just in case. So I've not heard that. I was hoping to get Richard Inman on the channel for a chat and that, but I mean, it'd be something we can ask him. But I don't know. I've not heard that, Carol. So I'm not saying anyone in Restore's racist. I'll make that clear. We're all entitled to our own views on anything, but like I say, I think Restore Britain to a degree is so much similar to Advance UK. We're all in the same boat. I think we all want the same things. We all believe immigration, and if it's just gone stupid, you know, stuff has to be done. Just because you want illegals, like criminals, removed from the country, that doesn't make you racist or nothing. was it maybe to do with the, like, as they throw around the buzzword, like the ethno-nats are all rushing to restore Britain? I've heard that say a couple of times. So is it something to do with that, or what? But like I said, I've not heard that. So I'm hoping to get him on the channel, like we can have a chat or whatever. But yeah, I can't say anything about that. I can't yay it or nay it. I've not heard. So yeah, Corbyn, he is a blimmin', what on earth? Yeah, Corbyn's a crazy one. So yeah, AY Audit, I watched some of that. Yeah, Drew was as well. Richard Inman said on his show this morning, and I quote, "The racists create their own party," end quote. A complete unhinged, crazed, ultra-left comment by a very confused, bitter and jealous man. I don't think that makes them all confused, bitter and jealous. I mean, it's a bit, I don't know, is it a bit naive to say that? The racists have created their own party. I wonder if that's to do with the ethno-nat situation where they're all going there, and actually said he wants nothing to do with that. Yeah. Strange. I don't know what to say about that, really. There is no defence of it, so. Karen. The Greens are doing an illegal campaign, be not representing all communities, only foreign speaking communities. I know it's weird. I don't get why they've done that video in Urdu at all. So, but this story that you can see on screen now, look, everything we know is Reform UK to a 3-hour hearing and Gorton Denton by-election campaign is breaching rules or something to do with leaflets. So we'll go through that. That's the last story, folks. So, you know, I will not take you up much longer, but we will go through that because obviously I said about Rupert. So I want to say about Matt Goodwin and Reform. They've done a boo-boo. So we'll call that out as well. And don't get me wrong. If something happens with Ben Habib and it's a boo-boo, I'll be calling that out as well. I'll call it all out. Even though I'm an Advanced UK supporter, if something's wrong, I'm saying it's wrong. And you'll know as well. You'll see it and go, oh, look, Wiz is not calling that out because it's Advanced UK. You'll see it and you'll think, well, that's to me, that's not a good look. You know, I'm willing to call out, say, Rupert Lowe, Matt Goodwin with Reform UK and Hannah Spencer to do with Green. So, yeah, you know, if something come up with, say, Nick Buckley that wasn't right, then yes, I will call that out as well and say, like, you know, this isn't good, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to keep it fair. And that's why you guys, that's why I say, it don't matter whoever or whatever you support, crack on in the comments. It's not a problem. Just crack on. Do you know what I mean? And you're all entitled to your own views, as am I. The only difference is I've got the microphone, but that's why I try and put all your comments up on screen to make it fair. So, you know, I'll read it all out. The only comments I normally miss out when you're saying hi to each other or whatever. Other than that, I'll try and do it. If you want to grab my attention, then a super chat or the Ko-fi donation at the top, buy a potion type thing, you can do that. If not, I do try and go through all the comments. And if you want to support the channel, literally just watch an advert. Don't cost you nothing apart from 10 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, depending. Just watching the advert supports the channel. So, you know, I appreciate all of it. But we're all entitled to our own views. Like Carol, she's in the chat. I mean, she's very much Restore Britain or whatever. I'm very defensive. But she's allowed to be because, like, that's her belief. She believes in Restore Britain. She believes in Rupert Lowe. I believe in Ben Habib and Advanced UK, but we can still talk. And I'll still be interested to see their views on. Do you know what I mean? I'll be interested what Carol says about certain things. Like, she might be interested what I say. I might end up changing her mind. She might end up changing my mind. But yeah, I mean, if we all thought the same, it would be blooming boring, wouldn't it? Really would. But if we support Greens, then we have got a problem. Urdu? Who does a video in Urdu? Oh, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Robert, though, funny about having politics and racial slurs, US and UK is having the same problem as the rest of the world with this mass immigration. I don't. I'm no. There was a boat accident. I think it was going towards Spain or Germany. Spain. I think it's Spain. the boat, and I think people sadly drowned in that. It's so dangerous, isn't it? It's horrible. But yeah, I wonder, because France has got, you know, issues. I wonder who else. I wonder. Loving Tommy's videos from America, says Monty. Yep, he's doing all right over there. He seems quite happy. He's probably safe after having the threats to life. So, but yeah, we will get on in a minute about the 3-hour High Court and Reform UK's Matt Goodwin facing sanctions over election leaflets that breached rules. So we will be going through that in a mo, but I just want to try and catch up with all your chats. Allegedly, there's been a lot of racing on X towards Based and Boogan, Baraka, Steve Laws and others. Danny Toy threatened knock Laws out. Yeah, I don't get that, because I said, didn't I? I did actually show where Baraka was there with, was it that Hugh Anthony? And I've got his name wrong, calling him Anthony Hugh. And I was like, the way he's saying it looks like he's having a joke, or I mean, is it a joke gone bad or what? It just seemed that way. But apparently, like now, I can see everyone's like calling out for racism, and the way he approached Based and Boogie, and they're saying, but she sort of stood there and she was saying, "Oh yeah, how do you feel being stood next to me, like African lady or whatever?" And then he said, "Is that?" And I think she called him Lord Farquhar or something. And I thought it's just all banter. But apparently, like, it is under, like, people are saying, no, that, like, this is racist. So maybe I got that wrong. I thought maybe they're all messing together. And then maybe, you know, they thought, oh, actually, we could twist this and make out that it is racist or whatever. But apparently, no, they're saying, like, it is racism. And Hugh Anthony actually meant it as, like, the way he was saying it as being racist. So I was like, wow. But who does that? I mean, someone like Hugh Anthony should know better. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm all up for this, you know, be patriotic, Britain and all that, but you don't be racist. And Barrack Show and even Based in Boogie, they're doing their thing. I mean, they're not trying to take over the country or anything. They're assimilating. They're a part of, like, British culture. They come across as good people. I think Baraka and Based in Boogie seem sound as a pound. Are we allowed to say that? Sound as a pound. I mean, I don't get it. So why be racist to them? So, you know, if Hugh Anthony was actually deliberately being racist to them, then Hugh Anthony's an idiot. I mean, you know, sort of bloke I'd end up grabbing and throwing out of the pubs when I used to be a doorman. Do you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't listen to him, would you? Like, no, you're being racist. Just get out. Yeah, but no, there's no buts. Say you're being racist. Like, get out. So, you know, you've got to be careful, because, like, some of these people, like, you don't realise, but you know, I used to have in pubs at nice as pie, and then, like, after a few bevies, like about 2-3 hours later, I'm in there. He's trying to attack his missus. Do you know what I mean? How people are so different. But anyway, don't know where I'm going with that. I'll shut up now. But yeah, don't be racist. I mean, blimey heck. But again, it's all their cultures, and you could talk about it. Like, she's African. My auntie's South African. And you think, oh, what's it like in South Africa? Do you know what I mean? Let's talk about this. What do they do? Do you know what I mean? You can learn. You get free education by having multicultural societies. I think it's a good thing, as long as everyone is, you know, oh, we're in the UK. This is a Christian country. It's got culture. It's got history. We respect that. Happy days. I work. I pay tax. Happy days. No issue with that. So I don't understand why people think differently. Like, leave people alone if, you know, they're doing whatever. Man, just there's no excuse for racism, none at all. I hear that. Netherlands, Italy, and Hungary, other countries experience this. Oh, is it? Yeah. It might say that. You know, I said, oh, I think it was going to Spain. I think it was Italy. Or something to do with Greece. I don't know, but there's a boat that was doing something, going somewhere, like one of those countries. But Hungary, they got their borders closed, haven't they? I thought they pay $1 million a day to keep all illegal immigrants out, and they're literally refusing to take any in, full stop. So they got to pay $1 million a day. And they said that's a small price to pay to keep their citizens safe. So Richard is causing divide. If he's coming out with things like that, possibly, yeah, and yes, Carol, you're probably right. But like I said, I'm hoping to get him on the channel and talk, and I can actually ask him these questions, or you'll be in the chat. So you can ask the questions, and I'll say, like, you know, there's a questionnaire, blah, blah, blah. And then he can explain himself, but, not like to catch him out, but from just to explain himself, it'd be happy days. Inman was apparently told by Restore Insider that Thompson told Lowe he had to start a party now because the anti-K conference was so good and getting a hold. Is that right? I didn't know that, Grace. That's news to me. I cannot confirm or deny, but I'll take your word for it. No reason to think that you'd make something up. Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah, because it get too much of a hold, then they launch a party, but everyone will be rooted in Advance UK. So, yeah. So, two of these are blocked, but still having to read their. Oh, what's going on? We ain't got any mod in the house, have we? So, if you're still there, Phil, let me know. I can always make you a mod. So if there's people saying whatever, then because I haven't got a mod on, have I? I could always do with a mod. I never have enough mods. Sometimes I have 3 mods on it, well, sometimes I have none. But let me know if you're still there. If you are, I'll make you a mod, and then anyone that's saying anything that's just a no, then you can block them for X amount of time. Do you know what I mean? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, hour, 24 hours. So, if you're there, Phil, let me know, and I will make you a moderator. They're rising last week in Holland, wanting mass deportations. Oh, well, there you go. I think you're right about Richard. Possibly Scatty. So, I mean, I'm not right about a lot, but I'm normally quite good with some of the things that I say. Based on Boogie is a babe. Trust you, Slim. That's how you make an entrance. Come straight in. Based on Boogie is a babe. That can make a song out of that. Based on Boogie is a babe. Based on Boogie is a babe. Someone's going to clip that and send it to her. And they go, "Oh my, I'm married, mate. I've been married like 25 years or something." So. She'd be like, "Oh look, creepy man with beard saying like Based on Boogie is a babe." Based on Boogie. Based on Boogie. Well, things are a bit dodgy. Oh, dodgy fingers. Worst thing was earlier Barack was accusing people of calling him racial slurs who wasn't. Yeah, so I got wind of that on one of the streams as well, and I couldn't find or see anything, but yeah, why I don't get that. Like, you can't go around calling people racist when they're not racist. Do you know what I mean? That's even worse. Yeah, there's no excuse for that. I was on the same demo, was it? Urban Roots saw that. Urban Roots, I saw that. I wonder if that's why Hugh Anthony was doing what he was doing. I don't know. I'm just guessing and throwing it out there. I haven't seen it. So, you've ever watched Hugh Anthony's video? Anthony, I assume. You see how racist he is. He's a racist little twerp of a boy. Based and Baraka are both Christians, so they will forgive him. Oh, right. Yeah, I've not watched any of his content because, like, even from that, I was a bit like, but I wasn't too sure how to take it because I've never seen him before or heard him. So, or let me listen, like, stay away. But yeah, Based and Baraka are both Christians, so they will forgive him. Probably. You're probably right, Hazy. You're probably right. Yeah, that's the way to do it. So, but yeah, it's Phil not there. I was going to make Phil a moderator to moderate things if people are. We don't want it getting personal in the chat. Just talk and debate. Do not get personal. And then we're going to talk about Reform UK in a minute and naughty naughties. Problem with Richard Inman is he thinks Advance are perfect and our party is better. So he's using people like SL and believes they're the people that represent Restore Britain. You can't help who supports you. Yeah, I mean, you can't say any party's perfect. You can't say that. That's I mean, you can have the opinion that your party is better than the others. It doesn't make it true. It's just because you think it, eh? So SL, SL. Who's SL? So he's using people like SL. Who is SL, please, Mr. Waffle? Spike Lee. That's an SL. I don't know who SL is, mate, so I can't really. So he's better. So he's using people like SL. Steve Laws, right? Yeah, okay, brilliant. Cheers, mate. Yeah, all right. So he's using people like Steve Laws and believe they're the people that represent Restore Britain. Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So it doesn't, does it? Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah. Again, if he ever comes on the show, we can ask him about these things. So when my mate Dean Neal approached Richard Inman at a UTK event over something Inman had said, Inman threw himself to the floor, faking a heart attack. It was embarrassing and cowardly. True story. Asked Tommy Robinson. Inman threw himself to the floor, faking a heart attack. I never knew that. It was on Baraka interview the other day. I haven't seen it all, but I did catch that. I wouldn't tell you untrue, Swizz. I'm a Christian. No, I have no reason to not believe you, Grace. I did say, I've got no reason not to believe you. So you're obviously seeing more of that than what I have, because I've seen bits and bobs here, there, and everywhere. I watch so much when I'm trying to look for stuff, but I confuse myself sometimes. But no, I've got no reason not to believe you. And people have turned around and say in the chat anyway, won't they? Go, oh, that's not true. Do you know what I mean? And then I'll have to look it up or something. But I've got no reason to doubt you at all, Grace. Not at all. So it's all happy days. So it's all happy that I have a boyfriend. Right, don't prisoners. Yep, Steve Laws. I can't see anything. I wonder why not. Yeah, I don't know. If he's still there, I was going to make him a moderator. Where is? Got to find Phil's name. I've done it anyway, so that's surprising when he comes back. What's going on, Geese? Moderator. There you got promoted, mate. Got promoted, Geese. So Phil's the new moderator. So I need to, because where I go live so often, I can't expect a certain moderator or any of the moderators to be on every single time. So I have to have a few moderators. You know what I mean? So it's all good. But yeah, you can up for live chat at the top left. There's a little thing, and it says like top chat. We can change that to live chat, and then you see more. So I think you booked it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing anything. I don't think Phil's posted. Mods. I'll need to behave. Yep. You're always around as well, Drew. I'll keep an eye on you as a potential mod, but some people don't like to do it. Do you know what I mean? But like I said to me, it's only like people with sort of personal attacks or they're spamming. It's just there's no need for that. I've even had someone attack me, and I think they're about 10 to 12 messages in. And then because it was relentless, I think Electrodoc is like, right, done. So I'll give people a fair crack at the whip, but so. See Slim's on it. Look, if I was moderator, I'd block a lot of you. There'd be zero trouble. But yeah, Drew, you're on the bit, so I'll have to keep an eye on you as a potential moderator if you're sensible enough. You know what I mean? Don't go around doing what Slim says. Block everyone. No trouble. Happy days. Richard a long time to come round to Advance. He was with UKIP before that. Yes, he was. I remember him, he did say that. Yeah, he's just loyal to whoever he's with at the time. That's a noble trait more than I have. I'm not a loyal person. That's good. And then Robert, hey, where's what about them? Potion things I don't understand. Potion. Oh, what? Top of the chat. I pinned a thing. Kofi. £1 to £1 million. You can buy a potion. Support the channel. It takes you to Kofi. Is that what you're on about, or am I just like I'm talking about something that you're not even interested in or misunderstood? But instead of super chats, you can do the Kofi, because obviously YouTube likes to take a chunk. But it is what it is. But super chats are good, and so is the Kofi. But I've done it because I'm a wizard. Apparently, I thought I'll do it. It's like buy a potion, support the channel. I thought it sounds good. But oh, I am right. You are on about that. Yeah, that's you know, you don't have to do that sort of thing. It's just there because, you know, every little helps. But I'm a bit weird like that. I don't like mentioning it, but I do try now. I've got to just get over myself when I say, like, you know, you want to grab my attention and it supports the channel. We've got memberships, super chats, and the Ko-fi. That takes you to Ko-fi.com/the-wizard-words. And with that, you pay a lot less commission than you do on YouTube. So I've got that, and I set it up as a version, so you can buy a version. So yeah, I've got that's what Phil went through as well. Actually, Phil went through that, and then when he purchased my painting, he done it through Kofi as well. So it's all happy days. But yes, but it's all just super secure, just like super chats. So no, I wouldn't ban anyone, mate. The most offensive speech, the better. Sorry. Yeah, he'd like a bit of EastEnders, bit of Coronation Street, bit of Emmerdale. Wouldn't block me, and if he did, I'll still see his posts. Yes, on live chat. Yeah, he just doesn't see you, but you'll still see him, I believe. So that bloke Dan Neil, was it him who got arrested at the BF rally the other day? Britain First. I think someone did get arrested. I've seen videos, but I don't know who it was. I can see. So did you hear? A 3-hour High Court hearing will decide if Reform UK candidate Matt Goodwin should face sanctions over election leaflets that breached rules in the Gorton Denton by-election. Is this some ploy to get Labour back? Look at his face, raising his eyebrows, like, I'm innocent, mate. I'm innocent, mate. I don't know nothing. Everything know is Reform UK to face a 3-hour hearing over illegal leaflets. Ooh. Illegal leaflets, guys. Ooh, I know I bet you all just sat down with your brew like, wow. A 3-hour court hearing will take place next Wednesday. The voting is like Thursday. This week to determine whether Reform UK candidate Matt Goodwin is to face sanctions over election leaflet breaches. GB News presenter Goodwin is standing in the Gorton and Denton by-election on February 26th. Yep, that's like tomorrow. Which was triggered when former Labour MP Andrew Gwynn stood down due to ill health. The High Court heard that some of Goodwin's election leaflets failed to include mandatory statutory imprints, constituting inadvertent illegal practice. Under the Representation of People's Act 1983, election material must include specific details about promoters and printers. Failure to comply can result in fines of up to £5,000, criminal prosecution, and 3-year disqualification from office. About promoters and printers, I never knew that. Goodwin's barrister Adam Richardson argued the breach was limited in scope, technical in nature, and had no material impact on the election. Told the court, without relief, they face the risk of criminal prosecution, a fine, a 3-year disqualification from elective office, and, if Mr. Goodwin were elected, potential invalidation of the results. The court heard the imprint was included in the original leaflet design sent to Harding's Print Solutions. An internal error at the printing company led to a font change that caused the imprint to be trimmed off or omitted. The error was spotted on February 6th with no further leaflets distributed and Harding's publicly admitted responsibility. Richardson emphasised the omission was wholly inadvertent and arose from a third-party production error that was neither foreseen nor preventable. Mr. Justice Sewell confirmed other by-election candidates will receive formal notice on the matter. They're basically saying the printer admitted it. So how does that like here it says, look, Harding's Print Solutions actually admitted responsibility. So how would that fall onto Matt and Reform UK? I'm not. Oh dear. That. So happy days. I've got through everything I wanted to get through, so that's good. We got there. So before the internet like literally goes bananas. Oh, happy days. But it's Wednesday, so what does that mean? I'll be back at 7 p.m, ladies and gents, and we're going to be talking about Shamima Begum. So get your notification on. The video's up. Just click on it, get your notification bell. It'll be happy days. And then we'll be talking about that. And it's a call-in show. So if you literally want to call in and talk to me, the Wiz, then you can at 7 p.m. tonight. And you can on a Thursday as well, but not this Thursday, because we're going live at 9:30 with regards to the Gorton and Denton by-election. But then I might do call-ins depending on how long we got to wait for the results. That's all good. So happy days. So until 7 o'clock tonight, ladies and gents, thanks to every single one of you in chat. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Okay. So, yeah, until 7 o'clock tonight, ladies and gents. 7 o'clock tonight. Shamima Begum. And there's a poll up already. So get your votes in. Let me know. So until 7 o'clock tonight, ladies and gents, thank you for watching. But that is the Wizard's words.